Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV, and we want to have a look at gold, silver, and uranium. The commodities train picks up speed, to be sure. Well, we have now changed from greed to fear. Extreme fear is in the market, and honestly, no wonder the Nasdaq 100, if we look at the Magnificent Seven and all those overvalued stocks, I mean, those are great companies. Please don't get me wrong. Yeah, I think they're really fantastic, but sorry, an Nvidia at $3.5 trillion. It's a little bit too high for me, and also some others like Tesla, etc. I think it's better to go back a little bit to normal valuations and to real valuations than only hype the things. So from that sense, this is great for the commodities market. Inflation. Yeah, we have inflation. Inflation came to stay. And for that, it is really important that you have physical gold and silver as well, strong dividend and mining stocks. This is something what I got from a viewer from Germany. He saw that about the COMEX, and I found that really interesting because they will not continue since 14th March the quotation of the gold kilo futures London spot gold futures, the silver spot futures London, and the clearing of the London gold forward. And this might be a sign that they are in stress about physical delivery. Well, we will see. Gold, it looks really fantastic. I stick with my targets, $3,550 for this year, $3,600. The in-between target would be $3,300. And then latestly next year, I see $3,900 as possible. If we look at the long term, I see by 2032, 2035 latest, $9,250 per ton, per ounce of gold, not per ton, and really on today's chart. This might change in the future, but this is what it looks like today. This is how my colleagues see it. They are already at $10,600 to $12,000 per ounce of gold by 2032. Have a look at those 8-year cycle analysis. I find it really astonishing and really fantastic and well done. This is why I wanted to show you that. Even US states like Idaho are beginning to realize the value of gold, and they are buying. They invest $60 million of the taxpayer money. So I think this is also a sign of real value. Let's have some chart check on interesting gold stocks. Let's start with Fortuna Mining. We have a buy signal and a breakout at $9 Canadian dollars and 10 cents. Target price is already 14 Canadian dollars. This might also change more to the upward, but we will inform you then about it. For now, 14 Canadian dollars is our next price target, and the company is really fantastic. And we see, the production going well over 500,000 ounces gold equivalent for this year and next year. Caliber Mining, also great company, which wants to merge with Equinox Gold. We have now, again here, even a buy signal and also a breakout. We see a target price of 6 Canadian dollars. Great company, and they are doing a terrific job. Then we have Sierra Madre Gold and Silver, a young gold and silver producer out of Mexico. And we think the team around Alex Langer is doing also a fantastic job. They brought their mine back into production. Things are really moving. And to us, we think a double of the share price of today by the end of this year to $1.25 is very likely. Then we see Skeena Gold and Silver, great company, long-term shareholder. Buy formation is perfectly in line with the trend. And this is a fantastic chart. And this is why we have a target price of 24 Canadian dollars by now. The silver price target is at $62 for this year. And we see a breakout at $35, $36. Great would be if we have a monthly closing above that. That would be really then the super breakout. And longer term, we see $114 for the ounce of silver. We are in the verge of a mega breakout. It doesn't matter what the paper junkies think. I think they are going out of business. Also, this is what my colleagues see. We have the same situation like 2003. And now they see already also $70 in silver as absolutely possible. Chart check, Endeavour Silver. Let's move in the silver stocks here. The buy signal was generated in October 2024 and the price target is 10.5 Canadian dollars by now. But when this chart goes above the 10 Canadian dollars, it creates a new signal and with 13.5 Canadian dollars as a price signal. So there's also lots of room to make a lot of profits. And we think Terronera goes now in production within the next 1 to 2 months. And this would really, leverage Endeavour Silver to the upward. Then Mag Silver just said they want to start to pay a quarterly dividend. So we were correct, and the company is doing a fantastic job and is a real cash cow. And this is why we have a price target of 32 Canadian dollars and then $44 when they rise above the 27. So 32 is an in-between target. We are already now at 44 Canadian dollars for Mag Silver. First Majestic Silver also looks good. 17.5 Canadian dollars is the target price of this short-term formation. In the longer run, we could imagine that the old highs, $25-30, are reachable. Discovery Silver with the buy of the Porcupine Mine, they did a fantastic move here and they broke the downward trend. Now we have a buy signal. $3 is the next target here, 3 Canadian dollars, and then 5 Canadian dollars is the old resistance. That is also possible, ladies and gentlemen. Whistler Silver, fantastic silver developer, also a wonderful chart with higher lows, and they generated a buy signal now in March 2025, and we have a target price of 5.5 Canadian dollars for the company. If you look at the silver deficit, it will continue. And we think for this year already 250 to 300 million ounces silver deficit is very likely. We saw the last 6 years 1.1 billion ounces already. And to be honest, the industrial use is the key factor. And we think the industrial use could be this year already 800 million ounces. So that will be really a lot. And also the production is not really rising. From that perspective, supply-demand is in an imbalance and will stay in an imbalance for the next foreseeable 3 to 5 years at least. Also, what we saw here with London BMA, look at that. It was January 24. You can find that on the website of the LBMA. And we saw already a horrible decline and almost 400 million ounces of silver are missing. Now we go to January, February 2025, and we see the drawdown is again much higher. We are down to 722 million ounces of silver, and probably when we get the March figures, this is again below 700 million ounces. And how should this continue? How should that work? Look at the 8-year charts. And there you see, especially in silver, a heavy drawdown of 460 million ounces of silver already. And I think I wouldn't be astonished if we are by the end of March already at 500 million ounces from the old top in 2021. So they're emptying the vaults. If you want to invest into that, I suggest the Global X Silver Miner ETF is also a fantastic tool. And this is something where you have all the fantastic silver companies in one, because silver stays at the run, silver stays in high demand, and especially the solar installations worldwide will really consume more and more and more silver. And we predict for this year already 300 million ounces of silver use. Uranium, sorry for the German sticker, but I couldn't resist to put that in. Nuclear power, maybe yes, because in Germany it was always no thank you. But this has changed and they are in a full swing. Uranium price looks, a little bit sad, to be honest, because in the last 12 months it went only down, 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 which makes absolutely no sense. But the spot market is only for now about approximately 10% of the market. The contract prices are around $82, $83 per pound, but still not enough to incentivize new mining. And we think the healthy consolidation comes now to an end. By summer, we see a restart in uranium, and we think $130 per pound within the next 2 years could be absolutely possible. And UEC has done a fantastic job here. There are no new large mines until 2032, that's also for sure. And you see the deficit is rising and rising and rising. And the demand base case, also the demand high case, never matches with the projected production in the world. So we have a structural supply deficit. Also, tripling of nuclear energy by 2050. This is what 31 countries now, not companies, want to do. And honestly, this needs more and more and more uranium. Yeah, and this is why I think uranium is the best investment case for the next 5 to 10 years easily. Also, 14 of the world's largest banks are backing that by financing the stuff. So I think this is really a great idea. Yeah. And it is really important also for the AI here in the future, e-mobility, data centers, etc. We need much more power, and this should come somewhere. You need reliable base load sources. And this is, aside of coal and oil and gas, is uranium and nuclear power, because you have zero emissions. This is a picture of 45 years of Swiss nuclear waste. I find that really interesting because it saved approximately 300 million tons of CO2. This is what I have calculated from sources here from the state of Switzerland. And think about it. This might be used in the future by SMR companies like Kairos, like Oklo, when they really can burn nuclear waste. Then it's getting really interesting. And I must say, I better have this in a little house than 300 million tons of CO2 in the air. Uranium stocks are exciting. UBC, let's have a look here to the chart. The buying signal is fully in charge and fully valid, and we have a price target of $18.5 for the next 2 to 3 years for the company. Also, ISO Energy looks fantastic. Don't forget they had a 3-to-1 forward consolidation for their NYSE listing, which just happened. And the bottom formation is underway and has generated a buy signal with a price target of 15.5 to 18 Canadian dollars, and then move on to 22 Canadian dollars. Uranium Royalty Corp. The bottom formation is here completed as well. The first price target is 4 Canadian dollars, then 5, and the old high of 7 Canadian dollars should then be reached by 2027 in a rising uranium market. Scott Melby, as always, is doing a great job. Then we have Premier American Uranium Corp. You see here the downward trend is broken. The price is moving through the 20 and 50-day average and is going towards the 200-day average. We think the initial price target here is 2 Canadian dollars and 25. If you want to have all in one, the Global X Uranium ETF is something you really should consider. And then Mr. Donald Trump, he has done the right thing because he saw, and his team, they saw that they need to have uranium, copper, potash, gold and rare earths, of course, also. And I think soon silver might be added to a critical list here. And they want to help to build mines in the US, especially for uranium. That should help UEC, but also ISO Energy and Premier American Uranium. So the raw materials train has left the station. And if you want to have more, we have also our exclusive commodity reports for your investment. You find that here on our website, rohstoff-reports.com/English for EN. And you get precious metals report, uranium report, battery metals report. You can enter your email address. You get everything for free and you are super well informed. So thanks for that. If you have questions, please send us an email to info@resource-capital.ch. And like my friend Katie here, please stay fit with gold and make sure you stay healthy. All the best from Switzerland. Thanks for watching us and bye-bye.